Okay, in this video, I'm going to share our best trading opportunities. So if you want to profit from the financial market, make sure you watch the full video. Let me share my screen. Perfect. Okay, before we start, you probably think live trading. I must have like so many live trade going on at the moment. The truth is, I have no trade. Let me explain to you why I have no trade. Reason being is, just gonna get my pen. You see, tonight at 7 p.m., we got FOMC meeting. I'm not gonna take a trade in case any spike like this and kicks me out. You know, that's a silly move. So I don't tend to do that. So what the plan is at the moment, before I get into the chart, I would like to talk about some of the seasonal behavior that I like to see, which is gold that I have been talking about it for a while. And let me just show you on gold. This is my good mentors platform, marketmakeclear.com, the seasonal data. Let's go to gold for a minute so you can see. We have a 20 years usual behavior in here. So August tend to have a bounce, but let's put on current year. So current year is the yellow line. We do have quite similar move that on the 20 years that we did have a bounce higher in July, but we are having a bigger correction than this indicating. Let's put on the pre-election because we are in a pre-election year. Both, you know, obviously all three lines are pointing a little bit of correction, although the correction is a little bit stronger than I liking. But the indication is this: we could still have an upside to around October time, okay? Whether it will continue to end of the year, carry out to the end of the year, we shall see on price action. But based on this, I am still, you know, looking to be a buyer on gold, okay? And one other factors that I like to show to you guys is the commitment of traders data, and particularly on the treasury bonds that I like to talk about. Spare me while it's loading up. So we go to treasury bonds, all right? So commitment of traders, I want to point out in a very simple terms, it tracks the smart money, okay? So that's two sides of the market, okay? That's on top, commercial trader, I refer it's in the simple term, smart money, right through here. Long contract are at all-time high. And below here is the speculator, all right? So speculators, trend following. Currently, we do have a downtrend for sure. But the short contract are on a very high level, and the smart money are pumping and buying the contract, all right? So what I like to see is when eventually we see a reversal coming in, then the speculator probably notice, oh, I'm on the wrong side now. I need to cut my short contract. That should accelerate the move or to the upside on treasury bond. Treasury bonds is a risk-off asset, similar like gold, so that should trigger the move for gold. Okay, so that's why I'm still bullish on gold. Okay, the whole purpose to show you guys the live trading is hopefully some of you can follow along during YouTube live and ask me any question that you may have. Okay. Also, I know that we have quite a few people from Hong Kong and China, Taiwan following us on our YouTube channel. If you have any question, you can pop the question on the chat box in Chinese. I can answer you, no problem at all. All right. So let's have a look at gold chart first. Let's go up to weekly to have a look. I said multiple times, I think gold could, you know, trying to find a base at the moment around this 1900 area and break, at least try to test this 2060, 2080 area anyways. That's still the plan, okay? Although, yes, we did see the high, a little bit of bullish run and then all reverse. But as long as these hold, I'm okay to continue to be a buyer of gold. But certain things needs to happen, which I will go into detail. If you guys going to watch this in recording and would like to see Chinese subtitle, YouTube translation does a very good job. So you can translate my my talking in English into Chinese. All right. So moving on, yes, daily we do have a downtrend, but this is looking a bit exhaustive. You know, this is the biggest push, a bit like here. All right, we could have a bullish run, but certain things need to happen. So we need to drop down to a smaller time frame to 4 hours. You can see this is quite corrective. We have a channel. Every time we touch the bottom, we find buyer. Now, arguable, we have a inverted head and shoulder forming up. Okay, so what I like to see is this break and stay above, perhaps not as much as that. So let's just clear that. So sometime tomorrow, I like to see gold take off that previous high, find support in around this area, 1910, so 1910 around this area here. 1906. So, and check the daily pivot tomorrow. We could see some spike a bit later from the FOMC meeting, but really and truly, then I will drop down to even smaller time frame. If you don't understand what I'm doing, is I'm using a smaller time frame for elegant entry. So 1 hour is ideal. Daily pivot today is at 1900 area. Tomorrow, if we see, it depends on the price action. If we do see that break, I like to take a retest in the bull box area. Okay, so around this area here as a retest to go long. But certain things need to happen as well. Other instrument like silver is already trying to make a base. You see similar things on the daily. We do have, you know, finding kind of support. Yes, selling is heavier than I expected, but sometimes it happens. So what I like to see now is really and truly silver continue to break higher, take off this high on 1 hour, 2280, find support, and then the next higher low on 1 hour, daily pivot maybe to go long. But preference is on gold because the selling is more contained than silver. Let's move on to the currency. That something that I like to see as well. If I want to buy gold, I like to see dollar yen break. So I mean, dollar yen has been on a daily uptrend, but now we reach to a resistance level around this area 145. Okay, monthly R1 as well, but daily I need to see 1 hour change to trend. Okay, daily we know that the uptrend looks a bit tired, so I like to see this happen for me to have more confidence to buy gold. So this is core market correlation. So you know, I like to see similar instrument do similar things. All right, so that's the plan of gold, but everything needs to line up. Still waiting patiently, okay, on that. On the other hand, what the hell is dollars doing? All right, dollar is, you can see I have a top channel line in here daily. We're very close to the resistance trend line. Arguable, we tested that already, and now we got a couple of reversals, price action, hanging man, double hanging man through here. So really, I like this to break, and then we shall see, can this pivot breaks or can it come back to this sort of level on dollar. I don't think we have much to, you know, I'm gonna have a change of trend on a daily or weekly, like massive downtrend, but we should have, you know, a little bit of room to sell the dollar with. My top of my list is British pound. Already you can see, let's go to a daily chart and get rid of the pivot. We're finding a double bottom on daily S1. So I mean, it's not uncommon that pound does that because you can see just previously here, but double bottom, off it go. So we could see that. My target would be here, maybe even testing that, but I'll probably take all the profit just before the swing high. Okay. How do we trade that? Currently, let's see what the FOMC meeting brings. Can we have a spike lower first into these, not the cleanest, but it is a head and shoulder pattern. So if price spike down here and pulls, found support at 12680 area, I could set a order here, stop loss here to take my first one. Arguable safest entry would be clearing all of this resistance to take, but I like to be early, and then I might add in more this area for selling the dollar, buying the British pound. Okay, another pair that is top of my list is dollar Swiss. Okay, so daily we could have a double top formation in here. We already have that. So what I like to see is below the monthly pivot, 87.34, drop down to hourly. You can clearly see we got a support area around the 87.50 area. So very simple. Price, break this, retest, and then yes, I might look to be a buyer on the Swissy. All right. So that's top of my list. But the indice, one of them is top of my list is Hang Seng, which I will come to that in a moment. With the US indice, I said we are potentially going to be a buyer, but this price action is looking a bit more bearish now. If you look at the weekly, we may need to have a recharge because clearly that is just been on the phase one through here. Wouldn't surprise me we have a bigger correction to around the 4,000 area later part of the year. But then it probably won't go a straight line. It will go like that. So, you know, that's the dynamic of the US indice at the moment. It's not very suitable for longer term trading. So what I like to do is I still wanting to see a bounce. Probably I think price may draw to this area here. So I could be a short-term buyer through here. Very, very little, but I'll probably drop down to a minute to use momentum trading the open to capitalize on this little move. Will I sell the US indice? Until these trend lines is broken. Yes, maybe. But not now. I don't think so. I will sell the, it's not top of my list to sell the US indice. You see, Dow Jones Industrial is still very much holding at the monthly pivot. So it's very bullish on that end. If I wanted to sell, it will be top of my list to sell the Hang Seng. You can see, I said, you know, I've been bearish on Hang Seng, missed the top here because just the nature of it. Now, what I like to see is a weak pullback under this channel area under 19,000. Then I look to be a seller of the Hang Seng. Eventually, I'd probably be, I've got a couple of Hong Kong stock that I'm interested to buy, but short term, the next couple of months, I will be a seller of Hang Seng all the way down to this 16,000 area. That's my plan on Hang Seng. Okay. So very simple. What you do on our recommended trading platform, IG, what you do is go and set an alert to remind you when that pullback happened. All right. So should be around 18,600. So all you do is just put here, sell price, 18,600. Boom, set alert. When they come down, then I will look for similar price action, maybe like a double top in an hour to sell. Finally, cryptocurrency. Not doing an awful lot. This, I said early part of the year that we probably will see, you know, this is the peak around 30,000. I did buy 20 something, 21, you know, around this area, 20, 21, buying it up to around 29,000. So I sold off way in May already, 29. Now, I think price is going to drift lower. So around the 20K area would be my area to look to be a buyer and hold until 2025, probably. So that's my plan on crypto. Ethereum is similar as well. So let's have a quick look at that. It's just been hovering around the 1,900, 800 area. So yeah, I see it eventually will break down to around 1,300 or, this area. Then I will look to be a buyer and hold it for a year or two. Okay. So that is all for me from this live trading event. If you guys like me to do the live events in Chinese, just drop me a comment. The more demands that you guys show me, then I'm more willing to do that in Chinese. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Just a heads up, this weekend I won't be doing a market planning because I'm away for holidays, but I will try and do a live trading event next Wednesday, but I will keep you guys posted. So do follow us on our channel or our social media platform. Thank you so much for watching.